Coming up this week on the OK Bloomer podcast.
They've written themselves into a wall here because they're trying to do adult storylines with these two characters.
Some would say they've written themselves into a JJ wall.
Wrap it up. This
See you next week, everybody.
This is the moment the podcast peaked right here.
Don't know about the future. Don't.
They don't care about the future, because they live it in the past. Sal and Curtis are taking all 5 seasons of Blossom to task. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be weak in the knees. This show's got more range than this on the keys. Only gal in the house, and that's how she goes. One brother was a junkie, and the other one was. Weekly lessons coming fast in the Russo flat. Blossom's teenage girl problems are as big as her hat. So take your opinionations and make them shine. It's the OK Bloomer podcast, and it's about damn time.
Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know.
Welcome to another episode of the OK Bloomer podcast. Curtis Anderson, Sal Accardo, the Phenom on the ones and twos. We are continuing our 5-year journey, the deep dives of every episode of 90s hit sitcom Blossom, watched by millions each and every. I believe it's still on Monday nights at this point in 1993. We're in season 4, episode 12, our 70 of 13, our 79th episode here of the OK Bloomer podcast, and we are dragging our knuckles on this show. We are in the throes of back-to-back some of the worst written episodes of the series so far. So I wish I could say I was coming up to the table with some enthusiasm this week, some optimism, but I don't know what has happened. We started off season 4 on a really fun note. I felt like they really hit the characters. The characters were hitting their stride. It was making sense. And then 3 episodes ago, the wheels just came off a little. And then 2 episodes ago was the worst episode of the show in the history of Blossom. Last week's episode wasn't much better. So I'm passing the baton to you, Sal. Where are you as we hit about the almost halfway? Are we at the halfway point of season 4 now? 13?
I believe there's 28 episodes.
Okay, so we're pretty much half done.
God.
We're half done season
All right.
4. One away.
Yeah.
But thoughts as we trudge on?
I mean, I'm feeling the same as you. It's been a rough kind of go in these middle episodes of the show, but as I've stated, I mean, I've said this time and time again that I feel like they were writing towards the end. Maybe they didn't have a full season pickup of the show, and then they needed to throw in some filler episodes. And I feel like we are just in like the middle of the filler episodes, just getting through the mud here. But like this episode takes some really big strides here that I was not expecting. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to hear your thoughts once we get into it.
Yeah, maybe they needed to just farm out the writing for the last 2 episodes or just do it quick because it was all hands on deck for this 2-parter.
Right.
But if you are just tuning in for the first time, I can imagine how just insane we look talking about the writing of Blossom and being aggressively annoyed at how poor it has gotten at times. And to that, I just say F you, because this podcast is so much fun and we get to hang out. I get to hang out with my best friend and the Phenom, and basically it's just an exercise to revisit the early 90s and how different things were and what was appropriate sitcom comedy and how things have aged amazingly and aged poorly. And it's not really about Blossom so much as it is how far we've come and how different things are in 30 years. But we needed a backdrop, and it's the Russo house. And we're all better off for this journey.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we could have done the 600th Friends review podcast, right?
I mean,
no
I'm
one's
sure there's
doing
a lot.
Blossom.
We decided
doing
to
Blossom.
we could have done the 600th Friends rewatch podcast, but we decided to do the 3rd Blossom rewatch podcast.
Only one
And here we
other
are.
has made it all the way to the end, correct?
It's true.
There's
As
only
far
one
as I
other.
know, as far
Yeah.
as I have looked up and known, and it was a while ago, and their takes weren't great. So
Yeah.
here we go.
And the one that gave up, it's funny because we gave up pretty much around the same time when it was audio
It's true.
only.
We were kind
It
of
would,
we were kind of around the same time that they were,
yeah.
and I
We
don't know.
both fell off at the exact same time, but thanks to the good people of the Dufferin Avenue Media Network, they like, don't you die on me, and they resuscitated the podcast, and they said, you two are some handsome let's put you on TV, let's get some video. That's me still doing the chest compressions. I don't know what it
No,
turned
I
into
got it.
there.
I got it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And here we are.
You're good.
We brought Phenom into the fold, and I'm pretty proud of this product. As absolutely
It's been a lot
ridiculous
of fun,
as it
man.
sounds, and I can completely understand some of the online hate we've gotten of like, why does this show exist? I don't know, but we're better off for
We
it.
don't have the answer. It doesn't
No.
matter. It
It's
doesn't matter.
You have to go on your own journey. I mean, you could do a
Why
review.
does any show exist?
You could do a
You know what I
review
mean?
of the OK Bloomer podcast if you want, and you can get to the bottom of this manic state that has brought us to really watch and dissect Blossom in ways no one expected anyone to. Because I don't think
Please don't. I can't take the criticism. Please
I
don't.
don't- I thrive on it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thrive on
know.
it.
I know.
I treat online criticism like Six treats Joey in the rundown car.
Huh.
I will have my way with it.
Oh,
Phenom, what's
God.
going on this week?
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
Hey, Phenom.
hey, Phenom.
What's up?
It's season 4, episode 13 today. It's Big Doings, part 1. It was directed by Ted Wass and written by J.J. Wall. First aired on November 22nd, 1993 to 18.5 million viewers. Disney Plus says, Broken-hearted Anthony goes to Las Vegas. And then they have a semicolon, and they say, with Finola Hughes, Tori Spelling, which I don't know if I've ever seen them call out actors in a Disney Plus synopsis yet. IMDb says, Anthony goes to Las Vegas, falls off the wagon, and wakes up married to someone he just met. Nick fears the kids do not like his new girlfriend. Six is worried that she might be pregnant. And TVDB says, Anthony starts drinking again while in Las Vegas. The family tries to accept Nick's new girlfriend.
Okay, did you actually look at the Disney Plus synopsis, Sal?
No.
Okay, I don't usually, but I swear my TV said, Broken-hearted Anthony goes to Las Vegas with Tori Spelling.
Oh, really?
Oh, they added
I
a
did not catch
name
that.
on mine.
Yeah. But he doesn't go to Las Vegas with Tori Spelling.
What was that supposed to be like two separate sentences?
It was
Like a
one.
broke-
I'm sure I
For
wrote
me,
it down
there's
correctly.
a semicolon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Did I miss a semicolon? All right.
maybe.
Maybe. I'm gonna not. I'm gonna admit I don't know enough to fight for this. So maybe I just wrote it down wrong. But I was like, that sounds like a fun episode. Let's go to Las Vegas with Tori Spelling. Corel Draw kitchen mess, Sal. It's just everyone's here. It's I don't even know. Okay, and it's her. It's we've seen her before. That's
Yeah,
one of-
the woman from the picture on Disney Plus.
yeah, but
She's
she
finally here.
wasn't that girl from like 5 episodes ago? Isn't that the same actress from one of the
No.
unresolved storylines? No, that's not the one
No.
where he just like ducked out after he met the daughter.
Is it
Oh,
Tori
yeah.
Spelling?
No,
Because I know that
No,
Tori
it's not
Spelling.
Tori
Okay.
Spelling. Oh my god,
not
he
Tori
doesn't know who
Spelling.
Tori
Yeah.
Spelling is.
I
don't
know who
know.
Tori. I
No,
don't.
you
I
don't.
didn't watch the episode.
So
I know who Tori
adorable.
Spelling is.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's not the
No,
girl.
that
from-
one they completely wrote that woman off, and she doesn't come back. That was that Sally Fields type. When he goes and, like,
okay.
He goes
so
and like fucks the daughter in the house.
yeah.
yeah.
And he's like, I
No,
will
this
end
is
you.
a different lady. Yeah, different lady.
Okay, yeah, because she is familiar then from the thumbnail on Disney Plus. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I knew I saw her from somewhere, but I thought they were going back to that character, but clearly it's not. I'm trying to help them out here, but no. Okay, so we have a new girl, and suddenly this is like the one. Like they're beating us over the head that she's getting like more time, and the way they're talking about her that this is not just skank of the week.
Yeah.
Like there are wheels
Right.
in motion this episode, okay? And she has definitely been from other sitcoms. She looks very familiar. And
She's been on a lot of stuff.
yeah.
I think her big like long-term thing was she was on maybe The Young and the Restless,
Okay.
or yeah,
Well,
she's
she looks like Wish Aunt Becky, okay?
she kind of does. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
that's
couldn't
a
get
very good way of
they
putting it.
couldn't get Aunt Becky, so they got her, and that's fine. Anthony is all out of sorts. Joey is sick with a fever. Carol, I said, is this week's girl. And then this is where I have my like crisis. I'm like, have we seen her before? I remember her. No. Okay. No one wants her spaghetti Diablo, but
Right.
I do. That
Yeah.
sounds-
It does sound-
Spaghetti
yeah.
Diablo? Is that like a real
Yeah.
thing? I want
I
that.
have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Let's look it
Phenom-
up.
We're having Phenom's birthday supper tonight. I'm going to take that little takeout for
Oh,
some
wow.
spaghetti Diablo.
Happy
He's
birthday,
20.
Phenom.
He's 20.
Good God, man.
He's 20, Sal. How does that make you
I
feel?
remember his third birthday party,
Yeah.
which felt like yesterday.
Wow.
I'm seeing one
Spaghetti-
result for spaghetti Diablo with shrimp recipe. And everything else
okay.
is spaghetti with fra diavolo.
Yeah, that could have been.
Yeah.
It could have
Spaghetti
just been saying it
fra
wrong.
diavolo. I've heard of that.
Yeah,
So
I
that
haven't.
must be what that is. Okay. Yeah.
Insert
So-
Italian joke.
Yeah, so all the kids just like get up and bail. So Tony's still upset about Rhonda Joe, and
Yeah.
then Tony or Joey's just kind of like looking off into space, and it turns out he has a fever, so they send him upstairs. So he's
Yeah.
not going to eat the spaghetti either. And then Blossom comes in and grabs all these snacks, and Nick's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" She's making spaghetti Diablo, and she's like, "Nah, I don't even feel like it." And then she calls her Karen and completely blows her off and bails. And I kind of felt bad for Carol here because like she
Yeah.
was really trying to like bond with Blossom. And I guess she's got a daughter that she mentions and was like, she really looks up to you and whatever. And Blossom's just like, yeah, whatever, lady, I don't care. But I mean, to be fair, knowing who her father is,
Yeah.
she's never going to see this lady again in her life anyways. So why should she take the time to get to know her? You know what I mean?
It is very weird that because usually they entertain the skank of the week, right? They're like, oh, hey, yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's not going to be around. And suddenly this one, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
But
Maybe,
whatever.
maybe it's because she's been around twice and that's why.
Sure. I'm giving her
Like,
a pass,
this
though.
one again. I got to talk to her again. I got to make small talk with this lady.
Right.
That's not how you operate, Dad.
Anthony and Blossom go to the living room and they bond over how much they hate Carol and they hate
Yeah.
Dad's happiness. And Tony
Yeah.
is wearing a giant suit like he's about to break into Road to Nowhere. Blossom, here we go, is reading Hunter S. Thompson, and here comes the 3 minutes about drug jokes and drug mentions. And then it ends sad because he just really misses Rhonda. And then he goes, well, goodbye, I'm off to Vegas.
Yeah. Well, Tony's super into the fact that she's reading the book. And then he said that him and his buddy back in the day tried to live the book. They loaded up their car with drugs and headed towards Vegas. They got stopped 9 blocks from their house by a mailbox.
Isn't
then
that
Tony-
where Blossom goes, were you speeding? And he goes, no, we were doing 3 miles an hour or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Can we have a happy medium between nothing happening in this show and everything happening in this show? Like, there's no, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
No.
I'm wrapping my head
No.
around this first like 45 seconds of what's going on now.
Yeah, and then Tony talks about going to Vegas to forget everything, and Blossom, like, they kind of have like a sympathetic moment here,
Yeah.
and then he's like, well, I'll see you on Monday, and she's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to Vegas, and it was like played off as a joke, but yeah, okay, yeah.
I thought Tori
Anyways.
Spelling was waiting for him.
Yeah.
Nick's sitting on Joey's bed, and Joey's like fevering, and he's got 101. And I said, "Gross! I hate that. I don't even want to look at my kids when they're sick." And he's just like sitting next to Joey's head, and they're high fiving. I hate being sick. And when people
Right.
around me are sick, I just like want to quarantine.
Right.
They talk about what Joey is going to do if baseball doesn't work out. And I was like, we know it works out. We've seen 2004, dude. You're playing for the Phillies.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
be
But then-
invested
but
in
then
the
I also
storyline
thought
ever
that-
again.
I thought that in this moment he had tore his ACL and baseball was like out of the question for him too. And it was like there's just no continuity here because like in this timeline, like he's not supposed to be playing baseball anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, he talks about how he wants to be like a TV star as a backup, but he's not sure he has the talent. And then he thought of Joe Piscopo, and that's what keeps him going. And this is like, it's been a while, Curtis. It's been a while on this podcast since there's been a Joe Piscopo dig.
Hit me.
There was another one in 1993, and I just like, I did another search to try and find the connection here. Last time when there was a Joe Piscopo reference, I believe this was audio only. AI wasn't really a thing, so I asked AI what the significance of Joe Piscopo and Don Rio is. It says there's no direct significant professional connection highlighted between writer-producer Don Rio and comedian-actor Joe Piscopo.
But Don Rio is
the writer of this episode is J.J. Wall, who's a longtime writer on this show. And he was a comedian who appeared alongside Joe Piscopo in 1982 on the 10th anniversary of Catch a Rising Star Comedy Club in New York. So maybe something happened then that we just don't know
man,
about.
I love this. That is holding a grudge.
Yeah.
I love that. I said
It's
it's
11
more like
years later.
Joe pissed off Don Rio Capo.
No, JJ Wall.
Yeah, no, I could get on. I
beat.
can get on board for that. You piss off the wall, and he's gonna hold that. He's gonna keep that inside. He's gonna go make something of himself just to execute these moments. And hey, amen, brother. Good on you.
What better platform than Blossom in 1993? He held on to that for 11 years.
Yeah, Joe Piscopo.
But then
You're
everything
weak
else I
again.
read about Piscopo is that he is an asshole. So, you know, maybe it's not surprising that he held on to it for that long. But I'm very intrigued with like these Joe Piscopo shots that happen through the show.
Is Joe Piscopo on Cameo? I want to ask him. He'll be like, they said what? And we're going to like revive this 30-year-old, this 40-year-old rivalry.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, normally people just get me to sing Frank Sinatra and you want to talk about a writer on Blossom? Okay.
It's so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I have huge news. Joe Piscopo is on Cameo.
Nice. How much?
How much is it to ask Joe Piscopo a question about all the...
$342.38.
No.
And there's only 9 videos left at this price, so we gotta hurry.
Book it now, Phenom. Book it now, Phenom.
Bullshit. There's only 9
yeah,
left.
There's no way.
You ran out of videos. He can't make new content. Joe
He doesn't know how to delete things off his phone.
Piscopo's running out of storage. People are actually giving him $348.27 for this nonsense.
Nobody is giving Joe Piscopo.
I like to think every question so far has been about Blossom. What's the beef with you and JJ Wall? They're like, why did you piss off the writer of Lost?
JJ Wall. It's not the same. What? That's not the same guy.
It's JJ Abrams, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the joke, Sal. Is that people
you want to know? You want to know a fun JJ Abrams fact?
Not really.
On the poster to a movie called Gone Fishing, there's a writing credit that says John Abrams, and I looked it up, and that's JJ Abrams.
No. Shut up.
JJ
Abrams. Well, I shouldn't act surprised because Lost was, after season 1, the worst written show I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, makes sense. That's good. He writes about the Gone Fishing level. That's fair. Abrams should have stayed there. Do you think that's his like peak when he looks back and people get JJ Abrams on Cameo and he's like, God, another Lost question? Like, why doesn't anyone ask me about Go Fishing?
I would like to think that he thinks his peak is Star Wars, but I would argue that it's not. Unfortunately, I think his peak is probably Felicity, if we had to, nail it down to something.
Is JJ Abrams on Cameo? Because I want
no way.
I want you to send a video of you in front of the Gone Fishing poster and be like, oh my God. Tell me how you wrote this funny part. What was the inspiration when they were coming up to a waterfall? Oh no! You brilliant man. You savant.
When's our episode on Gone Fishing coming out?
Did the people at ABC watch Gone Fishing and just like drive a dump truck full of money up to your house and be like, we need a show from you. It could be whatever you want. And the whole time they were watching the season, the pilot of Lost. They were like, I don't know. This isn't very Gone Fishing.
Yeah.
Where's the
Needs more,
lovable family comedy we expected?
Needs more Joe Pesci in a
Yeah.
comedy. Try not
funny,
to curse.
because he's short. Can't
Yeah.
do things regular people can do because he's short. How's he gonna paddle against the tide? Look at those little
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah. All right. Should we get on to the next scene? Because
I
shit
don't want
is
to. I have been
elevating.
stalling because I actually kind of
Oh, you think?
I was kind of invested in this episode. I was like, hey, things are happening. We are moving chess pieces. We are figuring out the rest of this show.
Right.
Sal, I don't know what to do with this. You want to run at this? Do you want me to run at this? I don't-
I mean, I can try if you like. So Six and Blossom are in her room. Six is saying her visitor is late, which I don't understand because she was a virgin last episode.
Right?
Consistency once again all over the place. And then yeah, she's not sure whether or not she hooked up with this guy at a party because she was very drunk. And now she's freaking out that she might be pregnant. And like, damn it, man. Blossom going to Paris strikes again, you know? I almost feel like consistency wise, this storyline would have been better for Blossom.
Yeah.
But
But I don't know if they can cross that line and say
Yeah.
that her and Vinny are sleeping together. They've written themselves into a wall here because they're trying to do adult storylines with these two characters.
some would say they've written themselves into a JJ wall.
Wrap it up. This
See
is
you next week, everybody.
This is
See
the
you
moment the
next week.
podcast peaked right here. Jesus Christ, Sal. Thank God my headset didn't cut out this week. A few episodes ago, you're dropping these just like zingers, and I'm like, and you're just like, oh, all right, okay. I'm like, I didn't hear when I was watching it back. I felt so bad. I think that was 76. My heart broke because you were just pitching me stuff right across the plate. Some of your best stuff ever, and that's when my earpiece was cutting out, and I didn't know if I should stop or not, so I just was like, you were just like, all right, okay. Anyway,
I didn't think the JJ Wall joke would go over so big.
no, that's good. That's good
I
stuff.
appreciate it.
That
Okay.
is up there with I'm just salty and I'm just peppery as the funniest this podcast has ever been. Shout out John
Ah,
Green.
God.
Another John,
Oh, John Green.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Six is in Blossom's room and she says she has a problem. I said, yeah, you're a rapist alcoholic. You got many
You got
problems,
that
Six.
right.
It's been a rough
You got
season
that
for you
right.
so far. Okay. And suddenly Six is late. She can't remember if she had sex or not at a party. And this is like the biggest jump we've ever seen on this. I don't even know where to start with this. Because, okay,
I
first of
didn't-
all, there's
yeah.
like 100 reasons your period could be late. Assuming you were raped is pretty, like, that's
It's-
a big jump right there.
You're jumping to conclusions pretty far there, I
And-
would say.
And number two, like, you're gonna know if you had sex or not. Six. I don't know how much we want to
mean,
explain
this
it, but
is-
like,
This
did
is
this guy?
this is a scenario and a situation I do not feel comfortable touching whatsoever, but I just thought this whole thing was kind of ridiculous.
Like, you're saying that like she blacked out and was literally like in every single definition of the term like sexually assaulted, but then this guy like
Yeah.
put her back together after, like he like cleaned her and dressed her and sent her on her way.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
makes
what to do with
no
this, Curtis.
sense.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with this, Curtis.
This
At
makes
first, I
no
I
sense.
literally thought that she was gonna go with immaculate conception. I thought she was like, 'cause I was like,
Yeah.
she's a virgin. Like, how does this happen? You know? Yeah.
This is just terrifying. Like we're
thought it was
poking,
gonna be,
we're
like,
poking
almost like-
around how terrifying this is. Because like if she really thinks Like if she woke up after being blacked out of a party and thinks she may have had sex, like that is called a police six. Like you have been
Yeah.
sexually assaulted. Someone needs to go
Right.
to jail for this. Like
Right.
this isn't a comedic like, oh, what if Blossom, let's go get a pregnancy test moment of a sitcom. It's like, girl, you put yourself in incredible danger, and this is like a learning moment for a sitcom. This should be sad music, very special episode, not B plot while Tony goes to Vegas.
Right.
So again, this is what I
Right.
talked about a
And-
couple
and-
weeks ago. This is just like, this is doing the exact opposite of what this show should be morally, even if it's 1993. These dots do not connect without you dipping your toe into like the most horrible situation possible for these girls. And
Yeah,
we're
you're
playing it
100%
off.
right.
We're just kind of glossing over. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Okay,
Please do, because I got something good for this one.
take it.
We get Too Many Cooks Vegas, and Tony's at the table playing craps next to Carrie Von Erich.
I wonder how the dice rolling is when you've only got 1 foot.
Yeah.
He's tilted as he rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, is this where he gets so drunk he sees Tori Spelling? My
You were
original
really
joke
waiting on
was
that, eh?
my original joke was he's gonna get so drunk Tori Spelling's gonna look hot.
Oh.
Tori Spelling, Phenom, is the daughter of Aaron Spelling and was written into the show 90210, who, I mean, bless her heart, she seems like a really good person. I have no reason to drag Tori Spelling because she grew up and she apparently is, a good person and a good mom. But when you look at that cast, she is not quite the level of pretty that the other two are. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's Aaron Spelling's daughter. And she's also... It took her 11 seasons before she was promiscuous. She was like 40 on that show, and she was like, all right, David, let's do this. It's been 12 seasons.
I did look up Tori Spelling a little bit, and I was about to go into it in the intros, and I thought, oh, I'm sure Sal has a lot for the pit.
What was she on, Phenom? Did anything jump out? Something that we
Well-
hold near and dear in the Anderson house? She make a cameo on a certain Christmas show?
She did make a cameo. This is a line I copy-pasted from Wikipedia. On December 18th, 2012, Spelling appeared on Nick Jr.'s Yo Gabba Gabba and performed a skit where she baked cookies for the characters on the show. This was part of a Christmas special for the series. The special included other famous guests, such as Tony Hawk and My Chemical Romance.
Are you familiar with Yo Gabba Gabba, Sal? One of the greatest shows
you know
ever
what?
made.
You know what? I'm only familiar with Yo Gabba Gabba because I remember the Phenom watching it as a child.
Nice, yep.
I remember
That's really
coming over to
funny.
the Anderson house and you guys had it on. My kid was never into it. But,
It's a fever dream. But we eventually got all the DVDs, and in the Christmas special is as ludicrous as you'd imagine. And Tori Spelling is baking cookies for the skateboarder Tony Hawk. And then
Wow.
My Chemical Romance, called MCR, because they can't say that, do a Christmas song. And what
Yeah.
makes that one so epic is because they turned down doing a song for, I believe it was Twilight, to do the song for Yo Gabba Gabba's Christmas special.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
for
hey
them,
guys.
man.
Hey guys.
'Kay.
Do you want to guess
Hey.
what Tori Spelling's autobiography is called?
What's
No.
the spelling?
Some-
What's the spelling?
play it. Yeah, play on spelling.
Spell it out. Do I have to spell it out?
Oh, it's even better. It's storytelling.
Took me a second. All right.
Okay.
It's not as good as Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, but I'll take it. That will make you laugh every time. That is the greatest.
that is-
Whatever 2 Electric Boogaloo can go itself, because Sister Act 2,
Yeah.
Back in the Habit, is the best
Back in the Habit
sequel
is-
name
yeah.
ever.
I might agree with you, man. That is pretty good.
Okay.
That might be the best one. Yeah, so Tony's just killing it at this craps table, and then suddenly the cowboy offers him a glass of scotch, and he's hesitant for about half a second. And the guy,
He
it
really
literally
struggles
all-
with it.
all it took the cowboy was to just go, come on, He's like, all right, and he knocks the entire glass back.
Yeah.
And then I said, this might be one of the best Corel Draw freeze frames on the show. It's Tony double fisting booze and the cowboy with the tallest cowboy hat I have ever seen. But as it freezes, the sound is still going. So you just hear the cowboy just being like, woo, 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 as it's like the freeze frame has already happened.
It's funny because it's bigger than a regular hat.
Yeah, he's totally wearing like a Turd Ferguson hat. Or it's like, is it from SpongeBob or something where there's like a cartoon character where the hat is like the cowboy
It's
hat?
Dimsdale
Is, like,
Dimmadome.
what's that from? I don't know.
I
I think
it's
Phenom's
from...
having a stroke.
I think it's from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
I just love the idea that to piggyback off your joke before of Anthony finally falling off the wagon and getting drunk and complaining to Carrie Von Erich about his family.
It's like, yeah, Carrie Von Erich, my family's like,
Yeah, we're not doing great.
my dad's dating this girl that I don't really like, and like my grandpa's off and my girlfriend left. He's like, all my brothers are dead. All my brothers are dead.
Yeah.
I'm next.
My dad said the only reason I'm not dead is because I don't have the to kill myself. That's a line. He said that to like the one remaining son that didn't commit suicide in that family. That's what his dad said to him. Anyway, back to Blossom. Back to worse times than that. Back to more sadness. I went into it, and I already said this is just lazy storytelling, right?
Right.
Joey, I'm just gonna jump over my like 2 pages of notes about how I hate both these storylines, but I mentioned about how there's this glass that just comes into frame, and Anthony's like, because just why not, right? This is just okay.
Yeah.
Joey's having a fever dream now. He's hosting the Tonight Show. The cutaway of the 1993 crowd is such a harsh reminder of the time. And that's clearly the live studio audience for Blossom. And I was really disappointed.
I thought the same thing.
For some reason, I thought the studio audience of Blossom would have been like high school kids and like their parents. Like you would have seen some like young girls in 90s fashion who were excited to be there. Right. But it was all like bald pot-bellied dads and moms with big hair. For some
reason, that's their demographic, man. Like it would really like it would be interesting to get like a demo number on this show of like who this show appeals to, because if that audience is a tell of anything, unless the only thing that I thought of was that they actually used the Tonight Show set for this. Like Joey came out of the actual Tonight Show with Johnny Carson's set. I mean, maybe the audience wasn't there, but maybe they just went in and like pre-taped the audience like reactions from the actual Tonight Show.
I am going to run with that. I'm going to say that was the Tonight Show audience because that looks more like what I would expect from the Tonight Show audience. I don't know. I always had this like romantic vision that the live studio audience at Blossom would have been kind of cool, like a little younger. Like it would have been cool to have gone and seen Blossom. It wasn't just your parents and because
I would hope so. Yeah,
I didn't want to face the fact that losers like that are obsessed with Blossom.
Yeah. In like 30, 40 something losers just sitting watching Blossom week to week.
Trying to remember when they were in their prime. Remembering better days.
Yeah. Those bald assholes.
Trying to keep those Von Erich thoughts out of your mind. He's interviewing Tori Spelling.
Yeah,
that's where Tori Spelling comes in.
He comes out and does like a monologue first, and it was actually like it was Tonight Show quality monologue. Like it was pretty funny, and his delivery was great. But he came out in like a full mafia suit, shoulders were out to here. It was like pinstriped, but I like his monologue was funny. But then it cuts back to like him rolling around in his bed, and then cuts back, and now he's interviewing Tori Spelling.
I wrote, this is Joey Lawrence acting poorly on purpose to seem like a talk show host, which is actually him acting phenomenal. It took me a second because he's being smarmy. He's
and
doing
that's
like
what
the
you have to do,
stereotypical
right?
thing, but he's nailing it. It's not
Yeah,
like an over the top Saturday Night Live thing. It's like if you woke up from a coma, you would have no idea that this isn't the regular host because he's not
right.
doing it so over the top. He's just God. He's so good,
The
so good.
delivery is the same, and I swear they were actual Tonight Show monologue jokes because like
Yeah,
the jokes in the monologue are never like they're never like hilarious. They're just
yeah.
like dumb, like cheesy,
Did you hear
like
about this? You
quick
hear about
laugh.
this? Did you hear about
Yeah.
this? Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And like he just played the delivery of it was so good.
yeah.
I
I didn't
really
track
enjoyed it.
anything that happened between him and Spelling. They talked about her dating life. She's like,
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
she's
actually
like
not
coming
dating anyone, and
yeah.
then he
And
has
then
to
like
act
she's
surprised, which is another like pat on Joey Lawrence's back.
she's like fully coming on to him and be like, "Come on, Joey, you know I've like asked you out a bunch of times." And then like he pulls out like this calendar, but which is funny because it's like even like the joke in the show is that like he's even blowing Tori Spelling off as Joey, which is
Yeah,
funny because like he wouldn't be.
yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, well, my next availability is 2006."
Yeah.
So it's like they can't even write it that it's like he's,
He's gonna be
regular
playing for the
Joey.
Phillies by then.
Yeah, but like regular Joey attracted to any girl who will give him attention, but like it's Tori Spelling,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't have time for you, honey.
Can we move on?
Please.
Okay. Nick, who was high-fiving sick Joey, now has that same hand around this poor girl on the sofa, and I'm just disgusted. I am
Right.
disgusted. Where's the hand sanitizer in that living room? Just gross. Uh, and then
93.
they go
I
in
don't
this
even think hand sanitizer was a thing.
weird religious rant, and he's like,
Yeah,
"All these
about
religions
wars.
hate each other," and that gets her hot,
Yeah.
and they start making out.
Yeah.
I missed that. Why was that important? That was another one of those Rio things where he's like, this is the moment. I'm gonna dunk on like 16 religions in a row. And I'm sure
Yeah.
half of those words you can't say anymore.
Right.
But
Yeah, I didn't track
yeah.
all that. But yeah, Carol's like, I gotta leave because I don't really feel like running into your kids in the morning and like having it be awkward. And she's like, no, I'll just stay over next time. Like, I don't want to. And then Nick tries his hardest to get this lady to spend the night.
Yeah. There's a weird stool joke, which is always hot. And then
Yeah.
we have another Ted Wass who directed this episode, and you can tell because suddenly we're showcasing his musical ability again. It's another Tatiana
Yeah.
Ali moment. He starts playing the piano, and not at all. There's moments
he
where I'm
not?
like, is he actually playing these instruments? And sometimes it looks legit. But this one, he was
Right.
not playing the piano at all. But of course, she can't help herself, and she crawls on the piano like you see in the movies and swats
Yeah.
the papers away. And I don't know what to tell you, young men watching this. That's never going to happen in real life. That is never going to happen. No.
Well, it's not going to happen if you don't have a grand piano. 'Cause
No
otherwise they
woman
can't
is going to act like that in a regular living room with other people around. Like, it's weird. It's weird. You might look at that and think that's hot, but if a girl did that in real life, you'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Yeah.
that is
Do you
something,
know how expensive this piano is? Damn it.
right? I'd be like, get off the piano, girl. What do you
Yeah.
just threw all my paper
Yeah.
on the, like, those were in an order. What are you? Stupid. So stupid.
Yeah.
So
Well,
stupid.
I mean, at least when it comes to Nick Russo, his one track mind is just about having sex, so he doesn't give a about his work at that moment.
Yeah. All right, take us home, Sal.
We get Too Many Cooks Vegas. Tony's hungover in bed. He rolls over, realizes someone is laying next to him. And this is the other woman in the picture that we saw of the whole Russo family. They both have no idea who the other one is. She remembers leaving the chapel because Roscoe, her ex-fiance, stood her up. And it turns out they met each other at the bar right after that. They say slut 3 times in this scene.
They sure do.
Yeah, so she's an author. No, sorry, she's an illustrator for children's books, which that was like more important than revealing her name was
Yeah.
that she's an author for children's books. She asks him if he has any diseases, and then she stumbles upon the wedding certificate. Her and Tony got married last night, Tony has a check for $10,000 in his wallet. And yeah, the whole cliffhanger to be continued. Tony and Shelley got married whilst drunk in Vegas.
Okay. He wakes up next to this girl and she's like, I don't remember what happened. Last week he was dating a girl who had amnesia. You should start checking this character's pockets for roofies at this point.
Right.
Because none of them girls seem to remember anything that are with Anthony. And I said, oh, shit, it's the girl from the thumbnail. That's 2 in 1 episode. And I'm going to guess that little girl that we see in the thumbnail is Carol's daughter. Like, the pieces are coming together. I was very excited. She got left at the altar for a hooker. Yeah, the word slut rings out 3 or 4 times. And then this was funny. And I mean, I get it, but it just was funny. Because they're laying in bed together, and she's like, about to get up, that she goes, well, turn around. I don't want you to see me naked. And then completely wraps herself in a cover and then walks to the other side of the room. Anthony, more ripped than I expected. He's getting in shape for that Dark Knight role, right? Yeah, and then they have that weird, well, do you have any diseases? Well, I don't. Oh, okay, sure. But then I thought they missed a good moment where she asks Anthony, like, well, do you have diseases? And there should have been like a little cloud bubble above his head of just Rhonda Joe. And he's like, probably. Just to kick that character on the way out. Yeah, they're married. I said, this feels like Urkel becoming Stefan. But I will admit, Sal, reviewing 2 episodes ago, still hated it. Like, when we actually did the show, like, I watched it, I hated it. We did the review, I hated it. Last week's episode, watched the show, hated it. Did the review, hated it. Watched this episode, I kind of hated it, but after talking it out with you, I'm feeling better about it. Because I think...
All right, well, that brings us to, what time is it, Phenom?
Oh. It's time for... Whoa! Or no.
This was originally a no, but I'm giving it a whoa.
I gave it a whoa. I don't know if it was just because it was coming off the backs of the last 2 episodes, but I mean, it was a little like far-fetched, but I mean, that's a sitcom, I guess. But overall,
I know what happens in part 2, and I think that softened this episode a little,
maybe
because they stuck the landing. Not to jump ahead,
right?
I think they're setting up for the final run of this show as we wind up. It was just like someone hit a giant reset button this week, and this episode was a little clunky, but to their credit, they had plans that I didn't know about the first time I watched this. So I don't know. I'm jumping ahead, but also, did you notice for the Corel freeze frame, Sal, there was a certain instrument we haven't talked about yet today that played us out of the episode. What was it, Sal?
Was it a killer sax?
I don't know what was
killer
it.
Fucking sax, bro.
What was it, Phenom?
It's just some killer sax, bro.
Oh my God, that's amazing! Holy shit! Wow! Wow! Oh wow, we are never gonna top that. That is, yeah.
You introduced me to the sexy sax man all those years ago. It's if nothing else, reviewing Blossom connected those dots, because that was that was the first time I think I ever saw you laughing so hard you were crying. You were showing me the sexy sax man.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I will always remember sitting in the Shaw offices in the studio, and you're just like, "Oh my God, you got to see this!" And we're laughing, and everybody's just like looking at us. And I think we brought a couple more people in, and they were laughing, and it was a good moment, good bonding moment.
Good times.
And now we've become our own sexy sax man.
Have we ever? Have we ever? Do you have a lesson for the week?
I have been so lazy on these lessons as I power through here. Okay, lesson for this one, girls, there's a million reasons you can be late. Don't assume you were sexually assaulted. I mean, if you were, that's horrific, but explore other options before you go right to there. And that doesn't come from like a sexist point of view, but like, no, just sit down and think that through. Check your diet.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was quite the conclusion to jump to. I felt like
That was an awkward lesson. I'm sorry, but it came.
That's
My
all
heart
right.
was in the right place. This has been the biggest stretch of a storyline they've ever had in Blossom, and it's once again just been an absolute disservice to young females who watch this and assume like female body's quite complicated.
right.
There's a
Right.
bazillion reasons your period could be late. And sure, this
Right.
is one of them, but check a few more boxes before you figure this is probably what happened. But I'm uncomfortable talking about this.
I'm uncomfortable.
my heart is
uncomfortable.
in the right place. I just hope it's coming across that.
I think
like,
it is. I think
okay,
it is.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Not the pit this
I don't want to
week.
get canceled
Not-
by the bots.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Not the pit this week. Not going to the pit. Samaria Graham as Shelley and Finola Hughes as Carol. So they are two people who are joining the cast of this show. They are going to be part of the Russo family for the foreseeable future. In the pit this week, we got Jay Kerr as Cowboy Elrod. Another cameo by one Eric Rio, son of Don Rio. He was the dealer at the craps table.
Yeah.
He previously appeared as airport clerk in Blossom in Paris Part 1, and now he is officially in the pit. Tori Spelling. She was, I didn't realize this, not in the pit since season 2. She appeared in season 2, episode 9, Blossom, a Rockumentary. And now she is officially in the pit in the Blossom universe.
Do you remember Rockumentary? That was like them dipping their toe. That was like the first
I
time
do.
we saw a weird out of the box episode. Little did we know
Right.
what was to come.
I did like it a lot.
Yeah.
I remember liking it. quite
That
a
may have
bit.
been one of the first ones we were kind of divided on, because I wasn't ready for it. I didn't understand it.
Right. Now knowing like where the show is.
Yeah,
and
and
you
what
know,
they were
how
trying to
everything-
do.
Yeah.
Anyway, Phenom, we got a part 2 coming up, I believe.
We do. Next week, season 4, episode 14, Big Doings Part 2.
Part 2.
Let's go.
Do you guys know?
Play us out. Play us out. Can I see that sax
did you guys
bumper
know
again?
Tori Spelling was a Biker Mice from Mars character?
I did not know that.
I did not know
It's
that.
just
No.
a killer sax, bro.
Oh my god, that is
Chef's kiss.
that is so awesome.
By the time we
Well
finish
done.
this show, we're just gonna have this is gonna be nothing but these like little sound bites and videos.
Yeah,
Are you ready for
It's
this
all
one?
gonna be. We're just turning into shock jocks here.
Just crushing
There you
it.
go.
That's good stuff.
So awesome.